Hello students, good morning to all. Now today we will start new exercise self practice 1E. See, in this we will study about the properties of multiplication and division. Some properties of multiplication and division we will study in this. Properties of multiplication and division. Properties of multiplication and division. Okay, properties of multiplication and division. See the first property, closure property. Closure property. First is the closure property. What does the closure property says? If we multiply two integers, the product of two integers is also an integer. The product of two integers is always an integer. So if we take two integers, suppose a and b, and such that a and b both are integers, so their product will also be a integer. The product of two integers is always integer, closure property. For example, if a and b belongs to integer, if a and b belongs to integer, then a into b is also an integer. Then a into b is also an integer. So here what if suppose a and b are two integers, such that if you multiply two integers, so their product a into b, the multiplication of a and b gives the product, so the product of a and b is also an integer. Example we can take, example 3 multiply 6. 3 multiply 6. 3 and 6 both are integer. 3 is also an integer, 6 is also an integer. And their product 3 and 6, 3 6 18. 18 is also an integer. So that is the closure property. So the closure property on multiplication of integers holds. So closure property holds on the multiplication of integers, means the product of two integer is always an integer. The product of two integer is always an integer. Okay, next is the commutative property. Second property is the commutative property. Commutative property. Means if we change the order of the multiplicand and multipliers, here a is the multiplicand and b is the multiplier. So if you change the position of the multiplicand and multiplier, then the product will not change. The product will remain same. So if you are changing the order of the multiplicands and multipliers, so their products will not change. So commutative property means the order of the multiplication in the order of multiplicands in a multiplication. These are called the multiplicands. So the order of multiplicands in a multiplication does not affect the product. Does not affect the product. So example we can take for the commutative property that a into b, a and b are two integers, both are the multiplicands. So a and b is equals to b multiply a into b is equals to b into a. See here we have changed the order of the multiplicands. Here a is multiplied with b and here b is multiplied with a. That is called the commutative property. If by changing the order of the multiplicands the product does not change, this means that the multiplication holds the commutative property. Multiplication holds the commutative property. So all these properties I am writing for the multiplication only. Okay. So these are the properties of multiplication. but in division commutative property does not hold. Closure property in the division also. Suppose if you divide two integers, it does not means that you will get the integer. So closure property holds on the multiplication, but closure property on the division it does not holds. For example, if in the closure property, if you divide any two integers, suppose you divided 8 is integer and 6 is also integer. So if you divide 8 by 6, so what you get? 2 4 is 8, 2 3 is 6, that is 4 by 3, and 4 by 3 is not an integer, it is a fraction. Okay, so closure property do not holds on division. Similarly, closure commutative property also do not holds for division. Means a into b is equals to b into a, but a divided by b is not equals to b divided by a. Is not equals to b divided by a. So commutative property do not holds for the division. Commutative property only holds for the multiplication. Okay. Next property, the associative property. Next property is the associative property. This third property. Associative property. So multiplication holds the associative property. Multiplication holds the associative property means the product remains unchanged if the order in which the multiplication of 3 or more numbers is performed is changed. So the product remains unchanged. So if you take 3 or more integers, suppose a multiply b multiply c is equals to, here see we have taken 3 integers a, b and c. So the product of these 3 integers will not be changed if we change the order of the multiplication. Here a multiply b means in the product of a and b we multiply c. See, here we have changed the order. Here we have multiplied a in the product of b and c, and here in the product of a and b we multiplied c. The order is changed, but the product will not change. So this means the associative properties of multiplication holds. So this associative property holds in the multiplication of integers. Associative property holds in the multiplication of integers, but this associative property do not holds in the division of integers. Okay, now see, a divided b divided c is not equals to a divided b divided c. This do not holds. That holds, this do not holds. Example we can take. Suppose 2 multiply 3 multiply 4. Here you can see 2 multiply 3 multiply 4. What it will give you the result? 3 4s are 12. If you multiply 2 in the product of 3 and 4, that is the 12. Here if you multiply 4 in the product of 6, both will give the same result. 2 12 are 24 here, 6 4 are 24. See, both are giving the same product. 24. Both are giving the same product. Here also we are getting 24. Here also we are getting 24. This means if you change the order of the multiplicants of the integers, if you change the order of the multiplicants in multiplication, so the product will not be changed. Product will remain unchanged. So means a multiplication of integers holds the associative property, but in case of division it will not hold. Now we are going to take another case for the division. Suppose we take such example for division, and I will show you that division not holds the associative property. Divisions do not hold the associative property. See how? Example here we are going to take 12 divided by, here we are going to take the number 6 divided by 3. Okay, and here we will take another pair, 12 divided by 6, 12 divided by 6 divided by 3. Now see, here in the division we have changed the order of the integers. Okay, so here we are dividing 12 by the quotient of 6 and 3. Here we are dividing 12 by the quotient of 6 and 3, and here we are dividing the quotient of 12 and 6 by 3. Quotient of 12 and 6 by 3. So see what you get here, 12 divided, so when you divide 6 by 3, what you get the result? 2. And here you see, when you divide 12 by 6, what you get? 2 divided by 3. Here see, when you divide 12 by 2, what you get the result? 6. 2 6 are 12. And here, when you divide 2 by 3, when you divide 2 by 3, what you are going to get? So when we divide 2 by 3, 2 divided by 3, you will get 0.6, 6 like this. So here 2 is smaller than 3, we take 1 0 and put the decimal here, 20, 3 6 are 18. Three 6 are 18. Here we take 18. Now again 2 remainder. Again we take 3 6 are 18. So the division will never end. It is non-terminating division. Every time you will get the remainder 2. So we stop at the 2 place, 0.66. So here the result we got 0.66. 0.66, so on. So on the left hand side you got 6, and here you are getting 0.6, means the quotient is not same. The quotient is not same. So what does we got here? That the properties, that the division of integers, do not hold the associative property. So division of integers do not hold the associative property. Next is the existence of multiplicative identity. What is the multiplicative identity? So what you multiply any number, you will get the same number. The product will be the same. Product do not change. We have to find such a number in which we multiply, the product do not change. That is called the multiplicative identity. So such number is 1. If you multiply any number by 1, you will get the same number. If you multiply any number by 1, that is called the same number. Next is the multiplicative identity. Next property, multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. So what is the multiplicative identity? So the identity element of the multiplication for integer is what? 1. So multiplicative identity for the integer is what? 1. Example, if you take a is any integer, if you multiply 1 to a, you get a only, such that a belongs to integer, a belongs to I. A is any integer, and that a, if you multiply 1, you will get the same number, same integer a. That is called the multiplicative identity. So what is the multiplicative identity? So the multiplicative identity for any integer is what? 1. The multiplicative identity for any integer is 1. Okay. Similarly, if you divide any integer by 1, you will get the same integer. Similarly, if you divide any integer by 1, you will get on the same integer. A divided by 1. So what is that number which gives the quotient as the same number? So when you divide a by 1, you will get the a only here. Here also a belongs to integer. Okay. Next property is the multiplicative inverse. Existence of multiplicative inverse. Existence of multiplicative inverse. Existence of multiplicative inverse means here we have to find a number by which you multiply the integer, you get the product 1. That is called the multiplicative inverse. So means, what is the multiplicative inverse of any integer? That is the reciprocal of the integer. So multiplicative inverse of any integer is the reciprocal of the same integer. Suppose here a is any integer. A is any integer. So what is the multiplicative inverse of a? 1 by a. 1 by a. So 1 by a is the multiplicative inverse of a. So when you multiply a into 1 by a, what the product you will get? 1. Okay. So multiplicative inverse is that number, is that integer which you multiply in the given integer, the product should be 1. The product should be 1. So here a will be cancelled. A will be cancelled. See. And the product will get 1. So what is the multiplicative inverse of any integer? The reciprocal of that integer is called the multiplicative inverse. Like multiplicative inverse of 6. Mi. Multiplicative inverse of 6 is, what is the multiplicative inverse of 6? 1 by 6. If the question is asked, write the multiplicative inverse of 6. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 6? 1 by 6. It's reciprocal. So do the reciprocal of the integer, you will get the multiplicative inverse. Next question, next property of 0. What is the property of 0? If you multiply any integer by 0, the product will be 0. Property of 0. Properties of 0. Sixth property of 0. So what is the property of 0? So any integer multiplied by 0, gives the 0. Suppose a is any integer, in that you multiply 0, so the product will be what? 0. Any property of 0, any integer multiplied by 0 gives the product 0. Example, you can take any example. Suppose 17 is the integer, you multiply 0. 17 zeros are 0 only you will get. So property 0. So we cannot divide any integer by 0. Division of any integer by 0 is undefined. Division of any integer by 0 is not defined. So division of any integer by 0 is not defined. Example you can take. Suppose 15 is an integer. So 15 divided by 0, that is undefined. That is what the product will be? Undefined. That is called undefined. This is the symbol of undefined. This is the symbol of undefined. Okay. So division of any integer by 0 is undefined. We cannot find. Next property and the last property is distributive property. Distributive property. Last property number 7, distributive property. Distributive property. See, what is distributive property? Distributive property means the product of a number with the sum of two numbers is the same as the product of number with the sum of two numbers is the same as the sum of the product of each of the numbers with the multiplier. Example, a multiply b plus c means here what is the distributive property of multiplication? This is called the distributive property of multiplication. Means the product of a number with the sum of any two number. product of the number with the sum of two number, the product of a number with the sum of two number is equal to the sum of the product of each number with the multiplier, sum of the product of each number with the multiplier. So here sum of the product of each number, that is b and c, with the multiplier a. So a multiply b plus a multiply c, here like this, means a multiply b, this is the multiplier. Find the product of each multiplier with the given two integers, a multiply b plus a multiply c. A multiply b, here the sum of the product of each number with multiplier. This is the sum of the product, this is the sum, this is the product, this is the product, and this is the sum. Sum of the two products, multiplied by each multiplier. So multiplied by the multiplier with each number. Two numbers are there, b and c. So in each number of b and c, we multiplied with the multiplier a. Okay, that is called the distributive property of multiplication. So distributive property of multiplication do not holds for the division. Here we can take the example. How you do? Suppose a number is written 6 into, and here it is written 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3. This means multiply 6 into 10. 6 into 10 plus 6 into 3. Both will give the same product. You can see here, if you multiply 6 with the sum of 10 and 3, that is the 13, and here 6 10 is 60, each product you find, and 6 3 is 18. Here 6 10 is 60 and 6 3 is 18. Here we are finding the each product and their sum we will do, and here we will multiply with the sum of any two integers with the multiplier. So 13 6 is 78, and here also 60 plus 18 gives you 78. See, both the case we are getting the same result. But this distributive property will not hold in the division of integers. This distributive property do not holds in the division. Okay, in the multiplication it holds, but division it do not hold. Example, you can take here a divided b plus c not equals to a divided b plus a divided c. It will not hold. That also we can take the example. You can put any number. Suppose here you have taken 12 divided, and here you have taken 2 plus 4, and here you see 12 divided 2 plus 12 divided 4. See what you are going to get. Here 2 plus 4 will give 6, 12 divided by 6 will give you 2, 12 divided by 6 give you the quotient 2, and here see what you are going to get the quotient. 12 divided by 2 gives you 6, plus 12 divided by 4 gives you 3 quotient, 6 plus 3 you are getting 9. So see, 2 is not equals to 9, 2 is not equals to 9. So this is the verification of all the properties, okay. So now this is all for the today, students. In the next class we will do the self exercises of the self practice 1E. Thank you for the kind attention.